Hello everybody, welcome to the Knitflix Explorer. My name is Nelsa Pereira and here's another one of my videos that I'm going to talk about knitting if possible, traveling, things I'm watching, but today I'm going to try and focus on books that I'm reading at the moment, or I have books that I have recently read. Now we all know books are not just books. You may not just get them on the paperback format. You might read it on an electronic device like a Kindle, or on your phone, or a Kobo, or you might listen to an audiobook. I do know there's Audible by Amazon, and also there's also Spotify where you can listen to audiobooks for 15 hours for free if you already subscribe to Spotify. So sometimes I will listen to a book on there, or sometimes I have more than one book on the go. I might have an audiobook that I'm listening to and also a physical paperback book that I'm reading. I don't normally read hardbacks. That is for the obvious reason that it's heavy and very difficult to carry. I do know my daughter is reading I think it's called the Lonesome Dove in hardback, and it's already at home. So I do fancy reading that because it's about cowboys in America, and bearing in mind I've recently been to America a few times, it'd be something that I'd be interested in. I've recently, in my last time I went to Dallas, I recently bought a cowboy hat and also these amazing pair of cowboy boots. They're sparkly and they're so beautiful. I might post a picture of me wearing those boots. So I might pick up the Lonesome Dove as my next book, but let's see. Right now I'm reading Hamnet. So I'll just put my glasses on. Yes, I do wear glasses when I'm reading. This is what it looks like. So Hamnet, I just picked that up for my daughter. She likes reading books as paperbacks. So she has a few. So I went to her room and I was like, what shall I knit next? What should I read next? And we went through a whole load of books and we whittled them down one by one. Do I feel like this and do I feel like that? And then I made her hold two books at the back of her back, and two books I was interested in, and then I chose which hand I was gonna pick, and I picked this book. It's a beautiful cover. Look at that for a cover. That gold is shining away and the spine is so pretty, and apparently it's got good reviews. I am 30 pages into this book and it smells divine. All books smell divine to me. So 30 pages in, you would have thought I would be more into the story by now. I think I only picked it up yesterday. I only started it yesterday. I'm kind of getting there. I'm not obviously giving up on it. I think it's good. I just need more time with this book. So that's one I'm reading right now. It is about a novel inspired by the son of a famous playwright, a boy whose life has been all but forgotten, whose name was given to one of the most celebrated plays ever written. Guess who? Shakespeare. Anyway, in case you didn't hear me, that was Shakespeare. So while I was traveling, I picked up an audiobook on Kindle Prime Library. So Amazon Prime, if you pay for Amazon Prime, they have a lending library where you can take the books and give them back. It's not the same as Kindle Unlimited, which is something you pay for. It's free if you're already on Amazon Prime and you subscribe to Amazon Prime. And I borrowed that book, and I normally just borrow one book at a time, read it, and then give it back depending on what takes my fancy. And the book I read was The Woman in the Window, which I thought was quite interesting. It took a little while for me to get into it, but I did like it in the end. It had a lovely twist, and it's perfect for when you're traveling. It's not too heavy. I read that book, and I finished it when I was in America. I also had a book in Leo Tolstoy's book, War and Peace, on my Kindle. So I kind of delved into that while I was abroad. But when I came back, I decided to pick up a new book, which I picked Hamnet. And the one before the Kindle one that I was reading was A Gentleman in Moscow. Loved this book. It was something I was very surprised by. I thought it was going to be about espionage, and it was not about espionage at all. It was about a man's life, and it was just great. And as you can see here, there's a Paramount Plus TV program on that. I haven't watched that yet, but I will check that out. So if you're interested in that, or watching the program and not even reading the book, go right ahead and watch that program. And before that, I think I read on my Kindle the Åre Murders, also something that was free on Amazon Prime Books. It's spelled A-R-E, but the way the Scandinavians call it, they call it the Åre Murders. There is a Netflix program on that in the UK. I'm not sure about America or any other countries, so you can actually watch that program called the Åre Murders. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna fall off the stool. The other book I did watch also a program on is called Shogun, and honestly it took me 6 months to read it. It was huge. Here's the book, and I read it on my Kindle. I bought it and I read it on my Kindle because I didn't want to be traveling around with this big book. This book belongs to my daughter and she prefers books, so she would read it. It's a 1,000 page plus and it's a little bit heavy, so I didn't want to be traveling with this book. But there is a program series on Shogun, 8 episodes in there, so if you're feeling like delving into that, I must say I like the program a lot more because it kind of gave me faces to names. The book was slightly heavy at parts, but I learned a lot about Japanese culture, so that was good. So thoughts and ideas about knitting projects. So I did see something on my Facebook feed. It's an asymmetric scarf that I saw that I think is amazing. I'm gonna put the link to the name of the scarf and also the pattern on Ravelry. The only problem is you have to buy the book or the magazine to get that pattern. So what I'm going to do is I put it in my Ravelry library and I'm going to wait until it comes out as an individual pattern and then knit it. But just looking at it, it's beautiful. It's got a pattern work, 2 colors, and then a single pattern, and then other stuff going on. I can't exactly remember, but I'll put a link on that and you can tell me if you think it's just as beautiful as I think it is. And it's something I definitely want to knit at some point. I have already knit one asymmetric scarf that also has multiple colors in it and I do love it. We'll get that out to show it to you one of these days so you can see. It's too hot right now. We're in the middle of summer and I honestly don't want to be bringing out any of my heavy things that I normally either wear or have knit or put them around my neck because it's too hot. But I will take that out and show you that asymmetric scarf that I knit. That's the only other one, but I like the fact that when you put the scarf, it's got like the larger part, and then when you turn it around your neck, it's just changes in colors, dimensions, and something I like about an asymmetric scarf. So if you've got any thoughts and ideas on asymmetric scarves, do let me know. But when it comes to knitting shawls, I do love a shawl. I mean, not knitting it, I have Indian heritage, and the amount of shawls that you get in India is just amazing, like the pashmina type shawl. So I have loads of it, and I think about 2 or 3 months ago I was clearing out my cupboard or just like sorting out all my clothes, and I gathered all my shawls, and I think I had something like, I want to say 50 when I laid them all flat. It's just too many. I need to stop knitting shawls, and I need to stop buying shawls because I have so many. But I do love I love a good shawl. Is there anything in the knitting world you want me to talk about in my videos? Then do let me know, because I'd be interested in topics that you might want to talk about. I want to talk about the Diana jumper, and in one of my videos I'm going to do a whole video on that Diana jumper. It's called the Black Sheep jumper that Lady Diana wore when she was alive, and the reason I wanted to knit that is I want something Christmassy. I will talk about the Diana jumper at some point. I'll do a video specifically on that. I'll tell you this, it's not for the faint-hearted, that pattern. You have to be experienced to knit that, because it has the ladder back jacquard technique on there, something I haven't knit before, and intarsia type things. So I had bobbins at the back of I've never knit with bobbins before, so that was all in the way, and it was quite fiddly. The yarn was only 4-ply, the needles were only 3mm, so it was quite tiny. Took me 6 months to knit, but it looks lovely, and I will show you that, and I'll do a video on that at some point. Right, this is where I'm going to leave you today. My channel is called the Knitflix Explorer. Thank you for joining me on this journey and exploration. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. If you got any questions or things you want to talk about or you want me to discuss, then do pop it in the comment section. And I thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and have a good day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.